Kamala is allowing it to happen. She's the border czar. She's the worst border czar in the history of the world.
Border czar? Does that man ever tell the truth? I think not. In an email, Andrew Salih, president of the Migration Policy Institute, stated, quote, VP Harris was never made the border czar or charged with managing the border, end quote. Ultimately, the border has always been tasked to the Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas. In terms of immigration, Kamala Harris was only in charge of uncovering the root cause of migration from Central American countries during a time of increased immigration from 3 countries, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. She helped conduct a private investment strategy in the area.
Why not visit the border? Why not see what Americans are seeing in this crisis?
Well, we are going to the border. We have to deal with what's happening at the border. There's no question about that.
Immigration at our U.S. border is a complicated issue, but the fact is, Congress must write legislation to address the influx of illegal immigration. Oh, wait. The House did write a bipartisan immigration bill.
Large majorities of the American people favor some sort of path to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, as well as increasing the security of the border. But finding compromise on that has been elusive for decades.
And Democrats were willing to pass a much more conservative bill than they had been in the past.
This country is crying out for the parties to stop fighting over immigration and just get something done.
The result was a $118 billion bipartisan national security and border package.
But you know who? Trump.
Any Republican that signs it should be ashamed of himself or herself.
Told the Republicans not to pass the bill because it would help Biden's chance of being elected again.
Former President Trump urging Republicans not to do a deal, prompting talk about blocking an agreement so that voters can blame President Biden for its failure and credit Mr. Trump with getting a deal if he wins the election. Now, the former president embracing the fallout, really, for his attempts to sabotage the deal.
A lot of the senators are trying to say respectfully they're blaming it on me. I said, that's okay. Please blame it on me. Please. Because they were getting ready to pass a very bad bill.
Every day between now and November, the American people are going to know that the only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump.
By the time the bill reached the Senate floor, even GOP lawmakers who had once backed the effort abandoned it.
Once they had gotten what they asked for, they found that they still couldn't agree to it.
Listen to what Republican Senator James Langford of Oklahoma had to say.
I had a popular commentator. If you try to move a bill that solves the border crisis during this presidential year, I will do whatever I can to destroy you, because I do not want you to solve this during the presidential election. By the way, they have been faithful to their promise and have done everything they can to destroy me.
Donald Trump doesn't care about the border. He only cares about Trump.
What's interesting is a lot of the elements that are in this bill, President Trump was actually looking for when he was president, that he had said, hey, needs to be done.
Mitt Romney, Republican senator of Utah, said this.
Former President Trump has indicated to senators that he does not want us to solve the problem at the border. He wants to lay the blame for the border at Biden. And the idea that someone running for president would say, please hurt the country so I can blame my opponent and help my politics is a shocking development.
Now look at a true leader who actually cares about our country. Kamala Harris loves America and wants to solve the border crisis, and she is ready to get to work and do the job.
For example, on the issue of immigration. So I was the Attorney General of a border state. In that job, I walked underground tunnels between the United States and Mexico on that border with law enforcement officers. I went after transnational gangs, drug cartels, and human traffickers that came into our country illegally. I prosecuted them in case after case, and I won. Donald Trump, on the other hand, has been talking a big game about securing our border, but he does not walk the walk. Our administration worked on the most significant border security bill in decades. Some of the most conservative Republicans in Washington, D.C. supported the bill. Even the Border Patrol endorsed it. It was all set to pass. But at the last minute, Trump directed his allies in the Senate to vote it down. Right. bipartisan deal because he thought it would help him win an election. Which goes to show Donald Trump does not care about border security. He only cares about himself. And when I am president, I will work to actually solve the problem. So here is my pledge to you. As president, I will bring back the border security bill that Donald Trump killed, and I will sign it into law and show Donald Trump what real leadership looks like.